Good morning, first grade. How are you today? Today, we're going to talk about the seventh letter of the alphabet. Yesterday, we were talking about fairies. Today, fairies and the letter, the letter S. Today, the next letter is G. G. That's right. So, do you remember I told you some stories about some animals that begin with G? There was one story about a girl who was supposed to be watching her baby brother, but she forgot about him and went out to play games. And when she came back, the brother was gone. And what had happened? The swan geese came and flew off with him to Baba Yaga's house. That's right. There was another story I told you about a goose that eats something that has fallen out of the queen's window, and it gets an awful stomach ache. Do you remember what he ate? A ring, that's right. The servant was going to be in a lot of trouble for that ring going missing. But fortunately, he could hear the ducks talking. What other stories about geese or gooses? We say geese, have I told you? There was one about a golden goose. Do you remember that? Anyone who was touching the goose, or anyone touching the goose, got stuck to it. That was quite silly. Let's draw some G things. Okay, I'm going to show you my paper now. Oh, before we do that, let's find our feet on the earth in our great big goose down slippers. They're so soft and big. You just want to crawl into them and stay there all day. But we have things to do. Goose down slippers. And lift up your head, ready to receive a great crown. A great crown woven of grape leaves and gladiolus flowers. And on your finger is a ring, a garnet ring. Garnet is my birthstone. It's red, a dark red. Now, let's take a look at our paper. Get your blue main lesson book that you've been using out and turn to the next blank page. Here's my paper. There we go. Now to start, I'm going to take my lemon yellow, just like I always do, and begin to make the earth. There we are. Now, blue. Papa Bear's side. Let's make that into some beautiful green grass. And we can bring our green Papa Bear side into it to deepen our greens. There, very nice. All right. Now, let's make a goose. A goose is great because a goose is in the shape of a G really nicely. Let's see if we can remember that shape. So we're going to start by taking Mama Bear's side of our yellow, and I'm going to bring it in a curved line down to the earth, and then I'm going to make its feathers. So, with this lovely neck coming into this body. Geese have long necks. There we are. Now I'm going to switch to my yellow stick, and I'm going to help this goose's head form a beak. The end of the neck there forms a beak. That's nice. Maybe a little bump where the eye would be. And then we're going to want some legs. So 2 legs. And we'll make some feet. Now, geese have webbed feet, not your normal bird claws on their feet. And often they are orange. So you can take your orange stick now, and we can give this duck some orange webbed feet. Duck, did I say duck? I mean goose. This is surely a goose, not a duck. Although a duck would have been a good thing to draw on a D page. There we go. And geese often have orange bills too. So I'm going to give this goose an orange bill. There, now we have our goose. And this goose might just be a golden goose. So this is not my orange, this is my golden, which is between the yellow and the orange. And I'm just going to go over the goose very lightly with just a tad bit of my golden to give it just a little more color. There we go. Golden goose. Now, I can think of another word that begins with G. If you had a fence, and the fence had an opening in it, you might call it the opening with the thing that opens and shuts. You might call it a gate. That's right. Now, so let's make our fence. It can be a wooden fence. We'll get to the gate in a minute. There we are. All right. Let's see. Perhaps this should be the gate. make it a domed gate. Perhaps the goose is trying to go out of the gate, but doesn't want Auntie One to know. What is that sneaky goose up to? All right, and along that fence just happens to be growing some grapes. That's right. So first we're going to make some grape leaves. So take your green block crayon, Mama Bear's side. We're going to add some green that's growing up this fence. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Fix my little post here. Probably even have some green growing along the gate. Then, do you want red grapes or green grapes? Well, since we're making a picture about a G, I'm going to pick green grapes. But you can make red grapes if you want. Red, we call them red grapes, but really they're purple grapes. So you might want to use your red, violet, your light purple if you're making purple grapes. Or red grapes, as we call them. But I'm going to make green grapes. And I'm making lots of little grapes. Maybe the goose doesn't want to go anywhere at all. Maybe it just wants to eat the grapes. My grandmother used to have grapes growing in her backyard. Very nice. Let's add a few more here behind the goose. There we go. Now, we could make a garnet ring. Don't eat it, Goose. Ring has a G at the end of it, but we don't say ring. We say ring because that G, when it works with its friends, I and N, it makes an ing sound. Ring. Let's see. If you have a golden stick, use the stick for this ring. I don't know where my golden stick is. But there, now I have a garnet ring. A gate with some grapes, a goose, grass. And we could make a golden sun in our sky. We have a song about the golden sun. Do you remember it? One for the golden sun, one for the golden sun. All right. Now, can you think of anything else that begins with G that should go in your drawing? Perhaps a grandmother. Perhaps we have swan geese flying in the sky. Swan geese are brown and white, but from far away, they probably just look brown. We have some swan geese flying to see if they can find a brother. You don't have to put them in your drawing if that's too scary. You could add a bag of gold. I wonder if perhaps, here's my brown stick, I could add a bag of gold. Bag of gold. On the outside, it might just look like any ordinary bag. But on the inside, and you can see just above, sticking out for this bag of gold is so full. Somebody filled it too full. Make it shining in the sun. There's a bag of gold. Bag a little more grass to sit on. Now, when you're finished adding your G things, you can bring in your sky. Bring is another one of those ing words with the I and the N and the G that work together to sing. Usually the G doesn't sing, it gets stuck in the back of your throat. So it's nice when it has a turn to sing. Ooh, I thought of another friend we could add to this drawing. You can if you'd like to. I told you a story about a goat. And that goat wanted to eat the vegetables in the vegetable patch. And that goat did not like people telling him to go away. Did he tell the people he was going to eat them? There was a child, and a mama, and a dada, and a soldier, and they could not convince that goat to go away. But who did? Do you remember? Someone convinced that goat to get out. It was an ant, that's right. An ant came and bit the goat's leg, and that goat got out of the garden. Ooh, you could add a garden to your drawing. What else can you think of? I thought of an animal. We don't see here. I think they more live in the jungle. A gorilla. That's right. Thanks for drawing with me. I'll see you next time.